Let's do a weekly reading update. This week I finished 2 books, including one that has to be one of my favourite books of the year so far. And that book, of course, is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab. This absolutely blew me away. The quality of the writing is incredible, the way the author made me care so deeply about these characters from pretty much the first page. It's set across centuries from the 1500s to now, and I loved following the characters across the decades, seeing how the world changed and how these characters adapted. Toxic lesbian vampires is also the perfect tagline for this book. I love how they did the vampires. It felt like a nod to the folklore and the traditional view of vampires without feeling cliche. This was incredible, one of my top reads of the year, an easy 5 stars. The other book I read this week was Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune, and this was a book that I was sent by Black Crow PR as I took part in a read-along over on Instagram. This is the sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is one of my favourite books of all time. But I found that I was in 2 minds with this book. On one hand, I loved being back in this world. I love these characters and their family. They're so wholesome and it makes me so happy to read about them. The book also discusses some very important topics, with the main plot being the government trying to take away rights from minority groups, which is very topical. The problem I had with this book was that the moral messaging was very heavy-handed. Everything was repeatedly spelled out in excruciating detail, and these moral messages are being delivered as basically therapy sessions to the children, so you have pages upon pages of moral messaging being delivered to you as if you, the reader, are a child. It felt like the author really didn't trust the reader to come to their own conclusions, and it left the book feeling quite tedious. In the end, I rated this a generous 4 stars. And that is everything I read this week. I have no idea what I'm going to read next. I feel like nothing could live up to Bury Our Bones. But as always, I'd love to know, what have you been reading this week?